I got two people that sent me questions for this Q&A, so it's going to be very short and sweet. But one has sent me more of a statement than actual questions. So I'm going to go ahead and just say it. Nintendo Fanboy 1988, this is for you. Why you been disrespecting me by ignoring my questions? Your channel has become more like North Korea. You're a dictator with the censoring of questions that people send you. At least you can do us at least you can do the least you can do is send us a message telling us why you can't answer those questions and then send us another one to replace them. At least Freddy's classy enough to do that. Well, classy enough to do that instead of spitting in the faces of his subscribers. So for future reference, please be a little more patient and show some respect to the people that send you questions. If it weren't for us, your channel won't have as many views and you never have as many Q&A questions as you do. I'm going to go ahead and answer that right now. Okay, so showing disrespect to people that actually do subscribe to me by what? I put everybody who sends me questions on the end credits, giving them shout outs at the end of every Q&A. For those that actually look all the way through, your name is going to be on the end credits. And that's for every single question, accidental or not. You get response. You actually get props for that. You get a shout out. That's what I have done for the last, 3 or 4 years I've been doing this. And as for views, honestly, for people that like my content and want to subscribe, thank you. I appreciate that. And also for those that, that send me questions, I do respond to them. But you, as well as everybody else that has seen this, knows that if you have any rude questions to me, or to my friends, then I will not answer you. There was a reason why I ignored you the few times you've actually sent me questions. They were rude, they were mean, and they were racist. So I did not even respond to them. And you should know that by now because I've done multiple Q&As practically imploring all of you to stop sending me these hateful questions. I'm tired of making videos about that. I am tired of literally trying to remind you how to not be hateful. Because I shouldn't. I'm not your mother. I'm not even your relative. I know that all of my subscribers, at least I pray that all of you have the common sense to know what's good and bad, what's right and wrong, and what's hateful and what's nice. I pray that you guys have that common sense. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sending me all these hateful questions. And I get a lot of them too. Freddy's are night and day. Most of the people that send me questions have sent questions to him. I have seen his Q&As, and it's like you guys are like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You get Dr. Jekyll when it comes to Freddy. I get Mr. Hyde. And Freddy's aware of it because actually one of you have sent a really mean question about him, and he actually did find out by watching my Q&A. Actually, Rico told him after finding out from watching my Q&A. And Rico watches my Q&As. So he knows about the things that you guys say about him behind his back. It's aware. It's out there already. But I am not in any way, shape, or form going to make any more Q&A pleas to you guys to stop sending me hateful and racist questions. You're just going to get ignored. And if you want to unsubscribe, go right ahead. If you want to stop sending me questions, go right ahead. I will give you that respect. And as for disrespecting and spitting on the subscribers, I don't know how, because I actually put you guys on blast and a shout out, literally put aside to the end credits every single time I do these. And I've done these for 3 years? Some of them don't even have, opening and closings, but for the closure, you do get a shout out. So if you feel offended by me not answering your questions, you don't have to send me anymore. And I am tired of getting racist, hateful questions, and especially questions about me being autistic. You know what? Maybe I am not the best reader of words, especially how some of y'all have the most weird spellings I've ever seen in my life, and I'm sorry if that does offend you. And sometimes you can't help that, so you know what? I apologize for that. But I'm reading exactly what I get verbatim. And I'm not saying that I'm the best reader, because I'm not. But I will say that I actually do the best I can when it comes to questions. If I offended anybody from that last statement, my apologies, because I'm not going to blame you. There are times I cannot read that. And you know what? It happens. It's called being human, not autism. And you guys really do need to do your research and grow up when you say that. Seriously. But like I said, if you don't want to send me questions anymore, you don't have to. And as for views, you're not the only majority person that represents views. You don't. If you like my content, then I do appreciate your subscription. I appreciate you guys subscribing to me. It's awesome. Seriously, it really is. But if you want to unsubscribe, you got the right to. That's how it's been throughout the few years. People have unsubscribed to my channel. Some people actually do subscribe. You have that right. And I'm not going to disrespect you if you do. But if I don't do these Q&As anymore, it won't be no skin off my back. And I'm just being honest here. I'm doing it out of respect for those that do send me questions. I've always wanted to do Q&As, and you guys have allowed me to do so. And you know what? You're half right when it comes to that. But when you make a threat in that type of way, you gotta understand this, honey. I do this as a hobby. I do this because I like doing it. I am not like a full-time YouTuber. I'm not. I'm sorry. But the thing is I don't do these. It's not gonna be a big deal. But like I said, if you're that offended, you don't have to come back. You can unsubscribe if you want to. And I will have no ill will towards you at all. But I'm going to make a last statement for this. I will not, in any way, shape, or form, read any racist, any hateful questions towards me or my friends, ever. Or any offensive questions towards another race, ever again. If you send them to me, I will not respond, and you won't be credited for it. And I'm not going to say it again. And I've said that multiple times, but I do mean it this time. I'm just going to glean right over y'all. Seriously. But let's move on from here and go to my last set of questions coming from Dustin Nunn. You sent me 3. So, from last time, so I'm going to go ahead and get those over with. Do you think Windows 10 is awesome, or do you think it's a piece of crap? I think Windows 10 actually benefits people who have touchscreens. And for those that don't, it's just like any other. It's like any other server, in my opinion. Have you played Nintendo 3? Have you ever played a Nintendo 3DS? No, I haven't. And are you familiar with the Powerpuff Girls being rebooted? If so, do you like the original Powerpuff Girls, or do you like the rebooted version? Honestly, I like the original, but I've never seen it rebooted, and it's just to the point where I'm tired of reboots. I really am. It don't need to be rebooted, but we're living in a generation where there's zero history, and nostalgia has become money. So yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. But moving on to your last set of questions for me, and I guess this actually does kind of represent the statement that I just made. Do you think ignorant people should do their research on autism and stop making fun of people, including myself, who are autistic? You know what? If you are autistic, I'm sorry, that people have been making fun of you. And honestly, yes, I agree with you. People need to do their research about autism before they make hateful statements like that. And this was actually used in a way to make fun of someone, and that's not right, because there are people who are autistic. And do you think ignorant jerks on YouTube should leave Dustin Nunn me alone? Honestly, there's gonna be a lot of people like that on YouTube. Some people are just doing that just to get a reaction out of you so they can get their 15 minutes. If people are like that, then you can always block them. You can always erase them. And if they keep coming back, just don't stop doing what you're doing. If you like being on YouTube, continue to be on YouTube. Forget the haters. That's how I see it. But other than that, guys, that's it for me. If for those that do want to send me questions, by all means send them to me via YouTube or on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag Nature Girl Q&A. I've already made my statement of what questions I will and will not answer, but I will do my best to answer to everybody's questions if they don't offend or they're not purposely hateful. Straight up. That's how I roll. And that is it for me. Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out, y'all. Later.